segment of Let's Meet the Author with your favorite host, me, of course, Guilene. So if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I want you to sit back, enjoy yourself. You are going to enjoy the author I have today. I want to give you a little bit background about Let's Meet the Author. We are a show. We love books, we love book lovers, we love authors. We interview different authors from around the world. Why? Because we need to find out why write the book? What is their inspiration behind the book? And also, I love asking them questions about their book. The author you're gonna meet today, she is my first children's book author. I'm excited. I read her book and I absolutely love it. It is absolutely adorable. All right. Her name is Marlesia. All right. She wrote the book, Indigo, the Great is Grateful. And we're about to dive into it a little bit deeper in a moment. She's not a mom, but apparently she loves children. So she's a nanny and a substitute teacher of kindergarten kids. So let me stop talking and let's go ahead and meet the author. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, I love your book.
Thank you.
Her book is adorable. I gotta tell you, it is adorable. I love it. And it's so adorable, I won't let my kids touch it though. I was talking to Marlesia off the set and I said, I love it and I'll read it to them. I have no problem doing that, but they're not touching my copy, especially it's autographed too, you guys. It is autographed.
Yes. That's my thing. So I don't have it on ebook or Kindle or anything because I want to personalize each book.
I love it.
Each person who buys the book gets an autographed copy.
And then we were also talking about the hands-on, so I love it because they can pick it up, they can look at it, and it's just something about old-fashioned of flipping pages that I just love. So I love it.
Very old-fashioned.
Very old-fashioned. So. Marlesia, am I saying it right?
Yes,
okay.
Marlesia.
We had to talk about names and things. So what inspired you, first of all, to write a children's book? Because to me, that's one of the hardest audience to reach out to are children, because you got to keep their attention. Mm-hmm. You got to keep them, especially as they're going through the pages. So why write a children's book? Why not write about adult, something that's catering to adults?
Well, because you answered that earlier. I love children. I don't know what it is about these kids, but I do love kids. And I don't have my own children, but being able to dive back into my childhood and think about what I was like as a kid, seeing all the other kids around me, and just understanding that everybody has a story to tell. So even now, just noticing that I am like putting myself into this story to realize, this is a character. So like I was telling you, the Indigo, the character is me, is myself as a child.
Nice. Okay.
So I loved being able to go back and say, what was I like as a kid? And what did my mom, have to teach me at a young age? What did my grandmother have to teach me at a young age?
Right.
Because they were very involved. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my grandmother, very involved in my life. So that was the input on that story.
So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the first page. Isn't she adorable, you guys? So this is based off of you and your grandmother and your parents and your brother.
Yes.
Nice.
To a certain extent, not the full story, but just the general background of the story.
So you were adorable.
I was.
Aww.
I mean, I still am.
I love it. So why choose the name Indigo, the Great? Well, because on the first page you said, and I love it because I feel like she said it with some sass. Hi, my name is Indigo Ray Childs, but my family calls me Indy. Smile. So why choose the name Indigo?
Indigo, I don't know why, but it's always been a very cool name to me.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I said when I have children, I wanted to name my first daughter Indigo.
Aww.
So it's kind of like a pre-dedication book to my first child. I don't even know if I'm gonna have kids or if my first child will be a girl, but the name Indigo has always been very cool. I've always been, I wouldn't say a hippie, but I'm very free-spirited. Yeah. And I love just the name. And then the Great, it's because, greatness.
She's great.
Yeah.
I love
She's super spunky and adorable.
She is. She really is. Very, very smart. That's another point that we're going to talk about later as we get further into the book. Because that's one part I love, that you made her to be a very smart, a very bright, a very beautiful young girl. All right. So other than that, your inspiration is because you love kids. You did it based off of you, and you want to go ahead and do that. Now, of all the values, there's a lot of values out there. There's forgiveness, there's love, there's being thankful. But in this book, you guys, she chose to teach about gratitude. So why choose that as a value to go ahead?
Gratitude goes a long way. And me being raised in the church, I know count your blessings.
Right.
Like every time I get an opportunity to just thank God for something, I'm grateful for it, even the smallest things.
Right.
So one of the things I do take away is always remember to count your blessings.
Yes.
Because there's so many things in the story as you read. There are different scenarios as Indigo goes throughout. Like it's a weekend time frame of a weekend, and she goes to church and she goes to her grandmother's house and she goes, different places. And she realizes, man, I wish I had a better life.
Right.
But then as someone reading it or listening to the story, it's like, you have a great life.
You do.
What are you talking about? So just being in that space to know, even in the smaller things that you have, be grateful for them.
Exactly.
Because someone else is looking at your life as though
and thinking you're awesome.
Wishing that they had that.
Because I was like, Indigo, baby, you're doing great. I'm reading. I'm like, you guys get to have ice cream and going. The part where her daddy took the ice cream from her.
That was my favorite part.
That was hilarious. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We are with Marlesia, the author of Indigo, the Great is Grateful. We'll be right back.
Love you give to me, joy abundantly, peace inside of me. Thank you for blessing me.
Hi everyone, Richard C. Guest here with Up Radio, Undignified Praise. Connect with us at Up Radio. Why? Because at Up Radio, we play the best inspirational, contemporary, traditional, quartet, Stellar Award-winning gospel music on the planet. We touch hearts, regulate minds, and restore spirits through music. So whenever you need a musical boost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you could find us at Up Radio. Now, here's what I need you to do. Download our app, Up Radio, and let's get connected.
Love you give to me, joy abundantly, peace inside of me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're still here with Indigo, the Great is Grateful, the author, and apparently one of the characters in the book. So, the part that we were talking about before we went on break is, so in one part in the book, Indy, right? she's being a little, she's not a brat, but she's being a little brat, right? She's like, I wish I had this, and I wish I had that, and she's looking at the other kids. She's like, I wish my daddy had this car, and why can't I have this big old Sunday? And so the funniest part in the book was she said, it's stupid little ice cream. And then her dad comes, takes the ice cream, and then he eats it. And she goes, so she's pouting, and I'm laughing because I would do that as a parent. That's something I would do. So is that a true part that happened in your life?
Not necessarily with that ice cream, but it's been occasions where my dad will remind me, okay, well, if you don't want it, then I'll take it, or somebody else will take it, but not specifically that. That was my own creation. But that was literally my favorite part. And at first, I was very mindful of the word stupid because I know a lot of people don't want to teach their child it's stupid or whatever. But it's a little cone. And just being in that moment, that's the first word that came to mind as a child.
Because that's as a kid, that's how we talk. We're like, man, I wish I could have something better. But as I'm reading it, I'm imagining her like saying it and pouting and doing it, and now I imagine the dad, who was me. That's what I would do. Taking the ice cream and say, fine, and you just not gonna get it, right? And so I'm laughing at that part. That's one of my favorite parts. I thought it was hilarious. And then also she has a big brother, Chance, right? Now usually we know if you live in a with siblings, you don't get along with your siblings. So I just want to ask, did you get along with your brother? You did?
It was
awesome.
must.
Nice.
It was must. My mother was very adamant about me and my brother understanding what love is.
Yes.
And knowing that this is your brother. So if anybody else on this earth, you get along with your brother.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
I love my brother. Shout out to MJ. But just being in that
Hi,
space
MJ.
where I love my family.
Yes.
So I dedicated this book in a sense to my family.
Yes.
But just to also remember and remind people, like, representation matters.
It does.
So it's been a few times where people will come and say, oh my gosh, my daughter saw this picture of Indigo and it reminded of her.
Yes.
So just being in that space, I know that representation
Right.
matters.
Right.
Coming from a family where it's me, my mom, my dad, and my brother,
Right.
it's very, rare,
Right.
but
Right.
still greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Especially with how my family unit is, and I really appreciate the
Exactly.
opportunity to share that with people.
And you brought that up about representation, right? So in the book, I love how you did all skin tone colors, right? Whether they were dark, whether they're red tone, whether they're light tone, all of them, right? And from what I understand, that was intentional, right? Also, you're black, I'm black, right? There we go. The illustrator is black. So is that one of the aspects of one of your books that makes your book unique?
Yes.
Got it. Because I know you do have a favorite author that you grew up talking about,
Yes.
right? Or reading about. So is that where you got your inspiration from also?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Junie Jones is one of my favorite childhood books. So being able to see this Caucasian girl have this cool life with her family and her,
Right.
that wasn't necessarily the focal point.
Right.
But to see this child growing up. Like, I read, I don't know if any of you read Junie B. I love me some Junie Jones.
Yeah.
So reading her life story as I was growing up, it was like,
Right.
man, that was cool. She
Yeah.
wasn't black. So
Right.
being able to show Indigo the Great,
Exactly.
that's how I was able to
I love
create
it.
her.
I love it because, and also we were talking about the different language, right?
Yes.
And I said, oh my gosh, you wrote a children's book that wasn't, how can I say this? Not ghetto, right? Not Ebonics. Indigo came off as a very bright
Yes.
child, a very beautiful child, one who was raised up with family ethics. And I love that. I love it. So I love how you represented that part. Also, you have your grandmother in here, right? So I love your grandmother. So this is her grandmother, all right? So tell me, so why add her in the book? Because I know she spent a weekend with her grandmother. So why have Indigo spend a weekend with her grandmother, and why put that in your book?
So Indigo spending the weekend with her grandmother was to show how other family members, it takes a village.
It does.
Other
Yes, it
family
does.
members being involved in the child's life,
Yes.
being raised. So my grandmother was very hands-on, rest in peace. She was very hands-on, and it came to a place where I didn't get the opportunity to say, I'm going to live with my grandma. But
Right.
if I did, I would have went to go live with my grandma. So knowing that a lot of families, they do have that where, you go over to
Right.
your grandmother's house just to be in that
Right.
space, to learn some
Right.
new skills or
Yeah.
behavioral issues and stuff.
Gotcha, yeah.
So my grandmother, she was transitioning during that time, and she had breast cancer. So
Oh,
being
okay.
able to go back and rewrite the story in a way to dedicate that portion of it to
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
is a portion that I keep near to me.
Yes.
So I can always, just photos and
Yes.
memories of her,
Yes.
but also pass that on to other people
Yes.
because I know that, grandmothers are very
Because
essential.
she finally got through to you.
Yeah.
Well, she got through to Indy. I'm so sorry. Well, to you, right?
Yes.
Because dad kept trying, mom kept trying, and like, okay, you got to be grateful, Indy. You got to be grateful. And then after you spend some time with grandma, that's when it's just like, oh, it clicked. So grandmas are very important. Like you say, it does take a village to raise kids. We'll be right back. We're going to go into one of my favorite parts, which is Author's Pick, where you get to hear Miss Marlesia read a certain part in her book. And hint, it's one of my favorite parts. We'll be right back.
It's now time for Author's Pick.
I'm reading page 6 of Indigo the Great is Grateful. On our way home, Mommy and I passed the movie theater. I sure wish we could watch a new movie at the theater for once. All we ever do is watch movies on our TV, make popcorn, and drink root beer floats, I said. The next day at church, Julia Caldwell was wearing brand new sparkly JC Gladiator sandals. On top of that, she wore a matching hair bow to go with it. All of the kids gathered around as she pranced about. They were so beautiful. I wish I had the new JC Gladiator sandals instead of my plain old pink ones. After a long day, my family and I ate dinner together. I wish we could go out to a restaurant for dinner, I said. Well, I like having dinner at home just fine, Daddy said, as he grabbed the dinner rolls from my brother Chance. But don't you wish there was more food to eat? I insisted. Your mother made just enough food, Indigo, and it's delicious. Eat up before your dinner gets cold. During our night-night reading time, Mommy said, Indigo, there are a lot of people who would love to have things like ours. Many kids would love to have a life like yours and Chance's. You should stop focusing on what you think you are missing out on and be grateful for what you have.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tiffany here, your favorite social media specialist. I just wanted to go ahead and tune in with you guys very quick because I don't ever want you to miss out. Go ahead and make sure that you like our Facebook page, Eagle-Eye Video Maker. Stay tuned for notifications for great updates and also our lives. Make sure that you go ahead and push that like button.
I hope you enjoyed that reading because I know I did. So, besides it being my favorite part, and thank you so much for reading, I really enjoyed you reading it. Why pick that part? She was on her way home and they passed a movie theater, so why pick that part?
So those parts were real. Just being in those spaces where I love the movie theater.
Yeah.
I go to church. I really appreciate family dinner.
Right.
So I personally, as an adult and growing up, I've always enjoyed those experiences.
Nice.
So she gets those experiences as well, but she doesn't appreciate them. So,
like I said, she's a little bit of brat, but
yes.
she's a beautiful child, you guys. So don't judge her too hard, because that's really Indy we talking about. But
it really does bring it back to reality that a lot of people did see me as this little bratty kid.
Really?
But it was very unintentional.
Right.
I just knew that I loved better things, I guess. I don't know. But I know that now, even looking back at it, I'm a very simple person.
Yeah.
So even, like I said, the movie theater, time with my family.
Yes.
A lot of people, when I read this book to children in the school system, I'm like, man, we eat fast food all the time. You better be grateful that
you had a
home cooked meal. So being in that space, I appreciate being able to share those experiences with other children.
Nice. I loved it. Again, I'll read it to my kids, but they're not touching my copy. Again, mine is a special edition autographed book. All right. So the things I loved about your book is the vibrant colors. It's a vibrant book. I love the language. I love Indy. I love her. And so we were talking on break, all right? And apparently this is the first of a series, right?
Yes.
Nice.
So Indigo the Great is a full series. I have not released Indigo in any other books from the series yet. This is the first one and the only one that is on hard copy now. But in the near future, you will see Indigo the Great.
I can't wait.
Other books.
I
can't
cannot
tell you the
wait. I can't wait. And you're going to use the same illustrator, which is Fabian Blakely?
Yes. So I'm waiting on him to finalize his skill set.
Nice.
So he told me we're looking forward to new materials, new processes that he's doing
Got it.
with his books.
I can't wait. When you do your other books, you got to come back.
Of course.
Because we got to talk more about Indigo.
course.
I love her, love her, love her. So I have my own copy, right? So where can others get their copy?
So, like I said, it is not on ebooks or Kindle version, but you can directly message me on Facebook. My name is Marlesia Jones, and that's Marlesia.
Yep.
Last name is Jones, Jones. I'll be getting married soon, so it might change.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you. So I look forward to having you just email me or direct message me rather, and just let me know that you're interested in buying a book, and I will send that over to you.
Got it. Do you have an Instagram page?
I have an Instagram page. What is Indigo's page? It's Indigo _ the Great.
Gotcha.
Or is it? I can't remember.
That's fine.
But it's on there.
It's there. You'll find it because I found you on Instagram.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I looked under your name and I found it. So there you go. So now, one last thing before you go, I just need you to do one thing. So go ahead, hit my audience, hit the readers, hit the children, all right, with the quote that when they hear this, they're going to remember you.
Okay. Always remember to be grateful and count your blessings.
I love it. I love it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for staying with us. I had fun. Thank you. I had fun with Indy. I genuinely appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations on your engagement. I want to leave you with my own quote, all right? It's called, "Books are like hidden doors, each with their own adventure. Open up a book, read it, and start your own adventure." Until next time, have a good one. Bye.